Hello, Alex and Annika. Today I'm gonna make some spaghetti sauce, so I thought I'd make a video. This is a spaghetti sauce that we've made together. It's called spaghetti Palomino, and I already got things a little bit set up over there. You can see that there's the crock pot and all the ingredients, the whole tomatoes, crushed tomatoes, and sliced stewed tomatoes. Everything we need is all ready to go. I figured out a new method how to do the first thing you start with is the garlic. You can chop up your garlic, put the olive oil in the crock pot, the olive oil. This time I used pepper olive oil, chili infused olive oil. It's just little red pepper flakes in there. And I put it in there, and I chopped up a lot of garlic. You gotta use a lot of garlic. I used the whole, just peel the cloves, and there's a lot in there. You can see. I think those probably, maybe more than 10 cloves all chopped up in there. And I'll put the camera closer so you can see a little bit better. Okay, and again, it's called spaghetti Palomino. So after you put your olive oil in there and your crushed red pepper, then you put your tomatoes in there. I use stewed tomatoes. These, I found a really good one to use. It's called sliced stewed tomatoes. I found them I don't remember where I found them. But you just make sure, because you want to cook your garlic a little bit more. I make sure that the garlic is kind of a thin layer across the bottom, because that's where it's going to get the most hot. And then I pour it in there so I can kind of leave the garlic on the bottom. So you just simply pour them in there. I'm going to put the stewed tomatoes in first. And then I have some whole tomatoes. You can do it however you want it. It doesn't matter. There's no wrong way to do it as far as tomatoes. Well, we used to use the tomatoes from the garden though, so that would be the best way to stew them. And to stew the tomatoes from the garden, or actually to peel them, you just take them from the garden and dip them in boiling water for a few seconds, and then run them under cold water, and the skin will just peel right off the tomatoes. It's kind of a harder job. But to stew them, then you do the same thing, and just let them boil for longer. Stewed tomatoes. All right, so we put our tomatoes in there. I had sliced stewed tomatoes, whole tomatoes, and I put a crushed tomatoes in there to kind of thicken it up a little bit. But also to thicken it up, I'm going to stir it just a little bit. I want to keep those garlic on the bottom for a little while. And I saved an extra one over here because I'm going to put it on the top. But also to thicken it up, I'm going to put some tomato paste in there. I already opened them so that make the video go a little bit easier. And a little trick for you here, when you open the top, you can just shake it out usually if you put a hole in the bottom. Or if you open the whole bottom, you can push it through. But this one here, I don't have there you go. So if you put a hole in the bottom, open the top, put a hole in the bottom and hold it upside down, the air can get in there and displace it. Let the thing right out. We'll try to do it with this one, 2 tomato pastes I'm adding. With this one here, it's already open on the top. And I don't have very good can openers, so it might not work. I have 2 of them, but I go through can openers like crazy. Basil! I got the cat over here. Oh. So sometimes it doesn't work. If you got a better can opener, it might work. Probably don't want to do it over the dish that you're cooking. So we'll just kind of shake it out like we did the other one. It's got a hole in it, so it should come out pretty easily, hopefully. Always want to make sure you're wearing a white shirt, so if you get any tomato sauce on it, it will absolutely probably not come out. I'm going to spoon this one out and make it a little faster. Normally if you can cut both ends open, it works really good. Then you can just push it through and it also cleans it at the same time, but it doesn't matter. You want to stir that up just a little bit when it gets warmer. After about an hour, then you can stir all the stuff around, but just for now, try to leave that. Try to leave the garlic on the bottom so it'll cook a little more. Let me just rinse off my hands here. All right, so that's it for all the tomatoes. Now the next ingredient we're gonna add. Oh, I got some stuffed peppers for my snack while I'm cooking. Alexa, what's the date today? Alexa, what's the date today? Alexa, line 10. Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Wednesday, November 11th.
So that's the date. All right. Got my snack there. Now next we're gonna put in some red wine. This is what Annika likes to do the most. You can use any old red wine. I wouldn't use an expensive red wine. This one is called Radius, but it doesn't matter. It just should be a dry red wine, not a sweet one. And just maybe about a cup. Or a little more than a cup. So had to seal up the wine there. After that, you would normally add the basil, the pesto, or the basil, but I don't have any fresh basil right now. So another trick that I learned is to use pesto. So you add pesto in the place of basil. Now we're only going to put a little bit in right now. Let me rinse my spoon off. We're only going to put a little bit in right now and go ahead and let that cook for a while. And then later, closer to mealtime, we're going to add a little bit more that way. Because everything we add right now is going to turn really dark. And we want to add a little bit closer to mealtime. That way it'll be a little bit greener and have a little bit more consistency. So there you have it. That's all there is to spaghetti palomino. Just 3 or 4 ingredients. I usually put in sun-dried tomatoes also and toasted pine nuts, but I don't have much time today. So, and I'm having a lot of people over tonight, so they're gonna eat it. They usually eat about 2 gallons of it, my friends do. Now we'll just let that sit. It's gonna make this house smell really, really good. I'm gonna put the top on it. Oopsie. Put the top on it. I saved a little bit of garlic to the side because I'm gonna chop that up a little bit and add it at the end to give it a more powerful garlic taste at the end. So the last thing we'll do is put the pesto in close to mealtime and the garlic in, and then lots of Parmesan. So that's it. That's all I have for my spaghetti palomino recipe. I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And I hope to see you soon. I love you very much. Oh, wait. We got a little friend here that wants to say hi. Basil. Hi, Basil. Hi, Basil. Hi, Basil. He likes to be in on the action. Have a good day. I love both of you.